Okay, welcome to this video on 29 Junior Cert Technical Graphics, Section B, Question 1. So, a pictorial view of a mobile lunar camera is shown, alright, in Figure 1. Alright, so we have a 3D drawing of it. Okay, also shown is a 3D graphic. Here we go. Part A, draw an elevation in the direction of arrow A. Project a plan view from the elevation, so what we see looking down. And part C, project an end view in the direction of arrow B. Okay, so arrow B is on the left of arrow A on your sheet. So if you look from the left, you're going to draw it on the right. Part D, determine the true shape of surface S, so the true shape here. Right, so I'm going to get started here. So from the track up to here is 40, or the track wheel up to here is 40, plus 10 is 50, 75, 115. Okay, the track wheel is 170 in length, plus 20 is 190, plus the 30 here is 220. So the length is 220 and the height is 115. So I'm just going to measure down 115 from the top of my sheet there, and this is going to be my XY line. I have my XY line there. The length of this is going to be 220, so I'm marking my 220 here. So the distance of the camera in to the edge of the cab or the light in is 30. The distance then from the edge of the cab to the vertex of the track wheel is 20. The radius of the track wheel, the fillets on the end of the track wheel is 20. So I'm going to mark in a further 20 from there and then 20 from the end. The height of the track wheel is 40, and then there's a distance of 10 from the XY line for the bottom of the cab. So I'm going to draw a light line up here that's 115 in length. For the total height, I'm going to go up 10. I'm going to go up 40. Or sorry, yeah, that's up 40 then for that point there. So I'll just clarify for that point there up 40. So I went up 10 and then 40 again from there. Okay. And there's for the top of my track wheel. Now 25 then from 10. So I'm doing that dimension there, 25. And then that's done. So I'll just clarify then. 40 in the track wheel, 10 for the next one. Now I'll bring those slightly across. I forgot to do in center for the track wheels. So the center line is going to be there. Now I'm doing light lines up here. Okay, I'm going to do the curves either side of the track wheel now. Here's one end. Here's the other end. Now, you can connect them and heavy them in. Okay, now there's a heavy line running from here to the back for a portion of the length. So it's heavy there. When it goes behind the track wheel, it turns to hidden. And there's heavy. Now I'm going to focus on the right hand side. So it's going heavy up to this point here. Now it's going to slope across there. So the distance from there to there is going, distance from here to there is going to be 50. So I'm going to mark 50. Then the next dimension is going to be a further 25 from what I've just marked, so 75 from the right hand side. Okay, and then we have a radius 45. So 50 and 25 is 75 and 45 is 120. Okay, so from the right hand side. So I can heavy in that line there. Now I can join from there to there, and that's an edge with a slope at the back. This drops down a depth of 10. It's that dimension there. It goes back to here, so I can light line down there. Heavy line there. Okay, and then the distance between the glass and the cab roof is going to be 8 millimeters because 45 minus 37 is 8. So I'm going to measure 37 from here. Alright, and then it's the glass cab. Okay, it drops to here, which is 40 down from the top. 40 down from the top. So I can bring that down and this down here. The question is now is where is this line here? The distance from there to there is 70. So from this point here, I'm going to set my compass to a radius of 70. So I'm going to set it to a radius of 70 and I'm going to swing an arc. So set my compass to a radius of 70. And where it intersects that altitude line, which is 40 down from the top, that's the start of the flat surface. That flat surface there, or a point view of the line of intersection. Now I can drop this straight down. Okay, we can do the glass, we can do the camera now. So 20 down from that point and 20 up. So that's exactly what I done. I marked 20 down, 20 up. Now, that's the elevation of the drawing done. Now I need to do the plan view. So what I see looking down from the top. Okay, so I'm going to project all my lines from elevation straight down. So all the points from elevation straight down. Now, the width of the lunar mobile unit, okay, is 140 because it's 90 plus the wheels either side is 25 either each side, so 90 plus 50 is 140. So you can mark down 10 there from XY line, it's for easiness, and then mark down 140. Okay, so the lunar mobile unit is going to fit into that. Now, the wheels have got a thickness of 25, so I'm going to mark 25 there from that point that I had previously just marked in, which was 140 from here, and that was 10 down from the XY line. I can mark in 25. Okay, so I'm going to heavy this line from here to here, because that, so from where the pencil is to where I bring my finger down, I'm going to heavy that line there, because that represents the limits of the track wheel. I'm going to do the same with this one. Okay, so I've heavied them in. Okay, and I can heavy that segment there. Now I'm going to do the same here. I'm going to heavy that right in, it's straight down in line with the vertices that fillet on the track wheel. Now I can heavy the whole line here at the back because it represents the back vertical surface and the limits of the extreme generators of the fillets on the track wheel. So there we go. Now I can again. Right, this point in elevation represents the point view of that line there. So in plan, this is a heavy line right here. Okay, then we can deal with the curve here. So it's in the middle. So I'm going to find the middle here. The big one has a radius 45 and the smaller one has a radius 35. Or 37 rather. So I'm going to take my compass here, draw in the circle. It's just a tiny bit inaccurate. Alright, let me just pause that and rub that out and get that going properly. Okay, so we'll fix that small error now. Now, so there we have that slight accuracy error fix. Now I'll do the smaller one here, and this is going to be hidden detail. So this semicircle here is done in hidden detail. Well, and then, oh shucks, sorry. some hidden detail here. And hidden detail there. Let's do that again. Right, what else we have to do? We have to do the sloped surfaces S. So look, it's in 12 there from the corner. So I'm just going to bring that out there. I'll zoom out here now. Here's your 12. Bring this back here. And now you can mark them together. Same up here at the top. Twelve. 20. Heavy line there. Oh shucks, sorry, wrong heavy line. Hate that. It's heavy here. And there, and we're ready to do the end elevation very shortly. Let's remove that and drop this point down, and that's a heavy line all the way across, and we can't finish the plan until we do our end elevation. So I'm going to start now on my end elevation. 45-degree line here. Lines all the way across and up, so like this. Okay, over and straight up. And look, you mightn't have seen that method before. It's the same as going like that, and points across from elevation as well. So we get going on it. So points across here from elevation. And then our points across here from plan until they hit the 45-degree line, and where they hit the 45-degree line straight up. And don't forget to do the hidden detail semicircle. So we've all them done. Now we start with the heavy in the track wheel. So this is the outer one. It's going to fit into this rectangle here. So I'll heavy that in. Now I'll go to the outside one. Look, over, up and across. There we go. Now I'll do the baseline of the lunar cap, so just straight over, and this is heavy because you can see this one. Now I'll do the camera or light beam, whatever you want to call it. So to get the center, which is here, this is going to be a point on the radius. Okay, now you could find a little bit of inaccuracy now here. You could. So there it is there, it's pretty good. Now we can do these two lines here, alright, these two. So they start, if I go from here up and over, from there, that's where they start. I'll do the same over here. So over, up, and across from them in elevation, that's where they start there. Now I can heavy them in. Okay, now I have a little tiny bit to finish off an elevation. Surface S, okay, which is simply just a heavy line up from here. Now, if I want to do surface S and end elevation, I just need the height of that point. So if I bring this straight across, this is it in plan, so that point is here in plan. So if I bring that over and up, and this one across, that's its height in elevation. So I can bring this over here, and just to make this easier for you, I get this surface here and the one in the back in end elevation. So look, there at this height, so that's it there, and that's it there. Now surface S on the back side, you have 2 lines of it. There's the third. Okay, over the other side, it's here. Joint to there, heavy line. Let's change that, that's better. There. Now, this line, okay, this line rather, is a point here in elevation. So it's a heavy line right along here in end elevation. The roof, here's the roof here, this cab here is at the top altitude here, so it's just going to be simply a heavy line right down there on this side, okay, and a heavy line across the top there and there. Okay, now to get the limits of the glass here, so look, the end point of the hidden detail semicircle we bring over and up, so, and then over here, so that's the start point there. Sorry, not hidden detail, heavy detail. And then the same down here, look, over, up, and this is it here. Now we're nearly done now. Okay, so we have to complete where the glass light or the camera touches the sloping face here. So all we need to worry about is this section here, what hits the sloping face. So it's above this point, so it's above the center line. So we're going to divide this into 60/30. So we're going to label them, zoom in just 1, 2, 3, 4. That's about as far as I'll zoom in. So we're going to label these 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is 6/0. Okay, and then we're going to bring 5 and 1 across. Now to prevent myself getting over confused here with too many lines, I just kind of skip the line across here. I just go towards where it's going to end and just simply mark it in. So this is going to be 5/1. This is going to be 4/2, and that's going to be 3. Now we have to drop them down. So I do the same idea then again. I don't really bring them all the way down. I just mark them towards where they're going to turn, because it confuses me then. So over here, I just a portion of the line. Now I'm going to bring 3 right down until it hits the center. Now same with 4 and 2. It's down here, and 5 and 1. Now, so this one here is going to be 0.5. This one here is going to be 0.1, and if you're unsure how I'm getting them, I'm bringing one down, over, and one down until it hits it. That's how I'm getting them. Right, so this is going to be point number 4. It's going to be point number 2, and that's point number 3. And I'm going to freehand sketch them in. Okay, so that's them marked in. Now finally all we have to do is get the true shape of surface S, and then we're done. Alright, so I'm going to do the true shape of surface S with an auxiliary. Alright, so I'm going to find the view in which surface S appears as an edge, which is here. I'm going to project perpendicular to surface S. I'm going to line one of the set squares up with the edge of it here. I'm going to slide it, draw lines perpendicular to it. And I'm going to draw in the next one, Y1 line here. Now I'm going to take the heights then from elevation. So using my compass, so I'm going to put my compass here in the XY line, take the height there, find it in plan, mark it along there, and take this height as well. And here. going to take the height there. Now, going to connect them together. Okay, and that's the true shape of surface S, and that's the question done. So there we see it there. Cheers, thank you, bye bye.